Will now be recorded.
Okay, so what I mean to say that if you have some code, some standard program is there. Inside this standard program, you have lot of code. Suppose you have lot of code, and in that standard program only we are going to implement our body. So let us suppose this is a body which I have implemented over here. Okay, and in this body, one class I am calling over here. So body implementation will be done with the help of a class. So JCL body IMPL, this is the name of the class, and here we are having some method. Let us check data, something like that. So here we are writing some, or here let's suppose we are having the method called modify data, and we are using this modify data method to modify some modify some or what we can tell that. mm, let's suppose I'm calling some uh, bapi. Here inside this method I'm calling some function module or some bapi to update the data. So here I'm calling call uh, bapi underscore material underscore save data. Okay, this function module I'm calling to save the data. Some material I'm manipulating and I want to save this material. Okay, and after calling this material, at this point of time you don't know whether this material should be saved or not. Okay, but explicitly here you have the end method. Okay, so just understand what I'm trying to do it over here. This is large amount of code we are having a standard program. In a standard program, at this code we wanted to implement a body here. Okay, this body is going to implement this class. So generally body, we to implement a body we create a class, and that class will be automatically called when the code is going to be executed. In this class we have a method called modify data. We are implementing this modify underscore data, and in this we are calling a bapi to update the data. Okay, so this bapi underscore material underscore save data, just assume that this bapi is not having the functionality to save the data automatically. So you are willing to write here commit work, right? You would like to write the commit work over here, or you will use that function module call bapi underscore transaction underscore commit. This function module suppose you want to use. So both is same thing. Either you write the commit work, or you write the bapi, or you write this, or you write this call function module, this bapi underscore transaction underscore commit. Both is the same thing. If you go and check the code inside this bapi underscore transaction underscore commit, the code there is written nothing but this only, commit underscore the commit work only. Okay, this is the only code written over there. So either you write the commit work or you write the bapi underscore transaction underscore commit. Both is same thing. Okay, but generally we write bapi underscore transaction underscore commit. If we are using some bapi, if we are calling some bapi, we generally use this one. Okay, so as per my understanding, this is a kind of fancy things. Okay, because this is a business object, right? This is a business object, a related concept. This bapi is concept related with the business object. So for that purpose people use this. And also sometimes, like if we're going to call this bapi from the external environment, okay, then this bapi underscore transaction underscore commit will be useful. Okay, but commit work and call bapi underscore transaction underscore commit, both is same. SE37, just go and check the code bapi underscore transaction underscore commit. If you display this one, you will be able to see that here inside this bapi underscore transaction underscore commit, this is the only commit work. Here also you can see that if and else condition, some logic is here. We don't have to bother about all this logic. The main thing is this commit work and wait. Okay, commit work and wait. Okay, fine. Okay, do you understand what is the difference between commit work and wait? What is the difference between commit work and wait? Okay, commit work, what it will do that, it will asynchronously commit your database record. Okay, commit work and wait, it will synchronously commit your database record. Asynchronously means you have written, suppose you have written modify your Mara table from some work area. Okay, so it will, as soon as this commit work statement will encounter that commit database from Mara asynchronously, means in parallel mode, that will start get executing. The next statement, suppose after this commit work you have some statement that will not wait to finish the update in the database. Next statement will start executing. Okay, parallelly that update will take place, so that is known as asynchronous. Okay, this commit work and wait means until and unless data is updated in the Mara table, it will not come to this statement. Next statement, it will first update the data properly in the database. Okay, then only it will go to the next statement. That's the meaning. So in this function module you have a flag actually. Okay, here wait flag. So if you want to update synchronously, you can pass this x. However, it is optional. If you don't pass that one, system will understand that you just want to do the commit work. Okay, that's the optional flag, that not the mandatory. You can see that this is the optional, right? Okay, so what actually I'm trying to tell it over here, that suppose if you are going to write this bapi underscore transaction underscore commit, and here you are here in between of the program. Okay, here now system, suppose modify data, you have called this bapi material save data, and if you want to yourself do this call, means this we are calling, right? This we are calling nothing but commit work. This is not recommended. This is not a good practice. This is a bad practice. Okay, because if we're going to write the commit work, what will happen here also, this code also has been executed before this body code, and here suppose SAP has done some modify update statement they have used, it has not been saved at this point of time in the database, or some update function module is there, it has not been it has not saved the data into the database. Okay, but if we're going to write this statement, that update function module triggers, or update gets updates, modify does modify in the database when the commit work triggers, right? So but suppose in the latter code SAP has done some validation, some check has performed, right? And what he has done there, if every check is successful, then SAP is going to do the commit work. So SAP writes in his code if some validation, is successful, right? Then only at last of the code SAP itself write the commit work. You don't have to write the commit work. Okay, and if some problem is there, he will roll back. He will roll back. Okay, he will roll back. But already if you have done the commit work, what will happen? You will not be able to roll back, right? It is not possible. If some validation is going to be fail, then whatever you have done the temporary update, right? Whenever you write some update, right? Update Mara from work area, it will not be saved at this point of time into your database until and unless you write the commit work. Okay, at this point of time it will not save into the database. Okay, it will not save into the database at this point of time. It's a temporary update. If you write the commit work, then only it will be finalized. So here, suppose if you write the commit work, it has been finalized, then you will not be able to roll back. Then what will be there? If suppose some validation is going to be fail and SAP is willing to do the rollback, that will not be possible. And your data will be invalidated data because already you have done the commit over here, right? So your invalidated data has been committed, though it will not give you any error or something like that, but it will be ending up with the inconsistent data. Okay, so that's why we are not supposed to write in any kind of enhancement, because enhancement will be generally there inside the in between the code. So that's why we are not supposed to write any kind of commit work either in form of BAPI transaction commit or directly commit work. In any form we are not supposed to write inside the body or customer exit or user exit or implicit enhancement, explicit enhancement, BT, business transaction event we have not discussed, but that is also a type of enhancement inside the uh, finance. Okay, so any kind of enhancement in any kind of, not only in body, in any kind of enhancement we are not supposed to do the commit work. Okay, is it clear? Are you able to understand what I'm trying to tell it over here, everyone over here? This is
Yes,
important
yes,
interview
Pankaj.
question.
Yes,
Okay,
Pankaj, I
fine.
understand.
Okay, fine. Thank you. If we have any other question, we'll just discuss about after this class. Okay. So let's start our smart form now. Okay. A smart form related with interview question we will discuss after this class. So let's go and try to look into the smart form which we were creating. We have also one program SC38.
Pankaj, could you please explain if you know the smartphone name, how can we find out the driver program name? In TN table is there no? TN
Yeah, if we
table
know,
test is NAS
if we
table.
know the, yes, if we know the, yeah, yes, if we know the smart form, where this smart form has been used, we can know. Okay, that we will see how to know. NAS, I use generally the debugging technique. I put the breakpoint on the SSF underscore function underscore module underscore name dynamically. That we will see. Okay, that we'll see. Let's keep it simple as of now. Just we are discussing the basic, and once we'll understand all this basic concept, we'll try to understand how to debug the smart form, how to find out the smart form. Okay, all these things please keep in mind that we have to discuss. If I forget by any means, please remember me, we'll discuss it. Okay, fine. So I'm going to run this this driver program, and here we have written the invoice note, right? We have written the invoice note, and we have uploaded the logo. One more thing over here also, that what we are supposed to do here, you see that two column we have given it over here, right? Two column we have given it over here. One not column, actually box, we can tell this is a box. First box, second box. One is for like this, who is shipping, which company is shipping, and another is another is to whom it is shipping, who is shipping and to whom it is shipping. So this both the address we have to put it over here. So we'll see how we can put the address. Okay, how we can put the address. So to understand this concept, okay, to understand this concept, we have to understand the concept of, address number. Why we have to understand the concept of address number? You can see that we have the bill to, ship to, and ship to, ship to. Let me do one thing here. We have two we have only the two box. So here we have written bill to, ship to. So instead of you know uh, I will keep the ship to as a bill to, and here I will write the customer address, not the customer address, the organization. For example, Flipkart is selling this material to me, for example. Okay, so here I will write the bill to, and here I will write the Flipkart address. So who is selling their address? Okay, so instead of bill to, ship to, what I will do that for this bill to, I will write over here that shipper address, or uh, seller we can write seller address. Seller address is also required, right? Seller address is also required. And just save it, and then instead of the ship to, I will write the bill to. Okay, because generally bill to is more important. Even ship to is also important, right? Where you want to ship your material, that ship to is also important. But here only we have created for the seller, and so this is a legal document. So mostly, so bill to and ship to, let us suppose in this scenario bill to and ship to is going to be same, right? So considering that scenario, I'm just writing over here that bill to and ship to is going to be same. Okay, but it can be different also. So if it is different, you can create one more window, right? And there you can, accordingly you have to adjust all this layout and all. Okay, so let's assume that bill to and ship to is the same. I'm keeping this bill to, ship to remove, keep it bill to, simple name, and here also bill to, press enter, and just save it. Okay, now I have to give the address over here. So for that purpose, we have to understand the concept of address. So generally in the ERP system, we have a table called ADRC. This, this table stores the data about the address, and all the address gets stored in form of address number. So if suppose Flipkart is using some ERP system, suppose Flipkart is using some SAP system. Okay, we know that Patanjali is using the SAP system. We know that Tata is using, right? Tech Mahindra. So many. This is a very popular ERP system, SAP. We know. So big organizations mostly use the SAP system. So if they want to keep the address information, okay, if they want to keep the address information, suppose Flipkart is doing some business with the Patanjali. Okay, so Flipkart is the customer of Patanjali, because Flipkart has to supply some material to the end user, and for that they are willing to buy some Patanjali product from the Patanjali. So in Patanjali system, Flipkart address will be saved in form of address number. This is the table. Okay, this is the table. ADRC is the table, and here there should be some entries. You can see there are many entries: name 1, name 2, name 3, different, the address has been stored over here, right? If you double click over here, it will come into the columnar fashion: name 1, city, postcode, right? This is the demo system, country, US, region. All this information is there. What you can do that, you would like to, your address will not be here, the hard coded address, right? Your address will not be here because this is the system what you have over here. If you're going to put the hard code, it is not a good idea, right? Because this is a smart form. This form you have to use dynamically for the different customer, right? Every time you will not come and hard code. So if you want to hard code, how you can do? You can create a text, right? You can create a text and you can hard code the billing address. You can do that one, but your system is the ERP system, right? You don't have a single customer, you have multiple customer. So for that purpose, you will have to use the address option over here. Okay, so you can see that address option I'm using, and automatically, suppose here you have what? Here you have, this is, let's suppose it is the Flipkart. And here we are having Patanjali, right? Here we are having Patanjali. Patanjali is having SAP system. Okay, Patanjali is having the SAP system. Now Flipkart has placed some order with the Patanjali, and Patanjali is now putting the invoice to this Flipkart. So in Patanjali ERP system, ADRC, in the ADRC table, Patanjali the Flipkart address will be there. Okay, so that when Patanjali is going to send the invoice, he will be able to send the invoice. So Patanjali is having the business with Amazon, the Snapdeal, another so many another vendor, so many it is having own retailer. With them it is having the business. So all the information is there, all the address information is there inside this ADRC table. Okay, so this communication is known as this organization to organization, business to business communication, B2B, because this is also business, this is also business, both is business. So B2B communication. In this B2B communication, here you can see the organization address, multiple, suppose I'm a individual customer of a Patanjali, then the personal address you can choose. Okay, so generally, organization in the ERP system, generally we are going to use this organizational address. Okay, so let's choose this organizational address, and the organizational address is generally will be there in this ADRC table. Okay, and if you are going to suppose put this address number over here, copy this and put this address number over here, automatically your address will be populated. Just activate this one, and so based upon the address number, system will fetch the data from the ADRC table and populate. Okay, activate this one, run this, and you will see that the data is coming over here, that FIMA based on the, it is having some different format, it is not readable, it is coming uh, completely ununderstandable format. So if you want to correct this one, here output start with a paragraph. This you can come and you can choose the correct paragraph. Okay, so maybe instead of this is taking the default paragraph, I'm going to give P1. P1 is also yeah, P1 we can give it, P1 paragraph we can give it. Okay, and let's try with this. Okay, come over here and let us see if it is coming something in better way or not. It's not coming in the better way, so we have to create one paragraph actually for that purpose. It's coming, again it's coming uh, differently. Go to the smart form and we'll create one paragraph for this purpose only, for the address purpose only. Okay, so I'm going to the smart form. We'll go into the smart style and go here. This is smart style we have created, and in this smart style only we'll create one more paragraph. Come over here. Okay, this H0 we have created, and now I'm going to create one more paragraph, and the paragraph this time I'm going to keep for this address. Okay, so A1 or something like that, or maybe generally we start from P. Okay, we start from P. H0 also is not you know the standard practice. Generally we start P0, P1, P2, P3 like that. Okay, so I'm going to give at this time P1 just for how to remember. I have given H0 so that I will remember that this is for the header purpose. Okay, click on this OK button. I'm going to create this P1 paragraph 1, and here this is for the address purpose. Okay, so alignment is the left aligned, right? This font we can keep it some font over here, and the normal, this font size is the default size. This is the small one, that's fine. Font style and all is also fine. Just save it and activate this one. It is now activated. We'll give the, now P1 is here. P1 we have created earlier. The P1 was not there. Because it was not there, it was taking by default H0, I believe, internally. You can see that here there is no P1, right? Save it and activate it, and once again run that program. Come over here, go back and run this, and you can see that this time it's coming nicely, right? But one another problem over here is that, you know, uh, just we have taken any address number, right? 121. So whatever the address number you will give accordingly, it will take the organization name and it will, show over here. But it is, overlapping. This left line is overlapping with this the first character of the first character, right? So what you can do that you can come to this P1 and indent and spacing, right? What you can do that space before indent left margin. Ever here you can give 0.10 or something like that, or 0.20. Okay, give the comma over here. Comma is dot understood over here in some format. Okay, comma it has taken, so it is similar to the 0.10. So this is the decimal notation. Currently it has been set into the system, so it is understanding 0.10. This comma is the, here this comma is understood as a decimal. Save it, activate it. So some left margin I have given, and because I have given the left margin, now let's go and check how the output is coming. Press F8, and you can see that some space is now coming, and now it looks good. Okay, now it looks good. And if you count this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 line we are having currently, and suppose if you are having suppose a 12 line or 13 like that, and here you have limited to 10 lines, so it will display only the 10 lines. Okay, it will display only the 10 lines. So here you can increase or decrease the size. For example, if you put 12, and if you have 12 lines over there in the system, means in the address table, it will display up to 12 lines. Okay, if you give only the 5, it will display only the 5 lines. Okay, so 5 I have given, just go here. So like that you can do the experiment also. Just we are talking about the important stuff. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, the eighth one is now not coming, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, the eighth line is not coming. So internally the system is having system is displaying only the 5 lines. Okay, now here let me keep it 12. Generally 11 or 12 we keep. Activate this one. The number of lines must be between 1 and 10. Okay, why? Maximum it is taking 10. I have used 11 or 12 also, I don't know. Okay, let's give the 10 over here. Maximum it is telling that it can accept up to 10. So activate this, and now let's go once again and run this. Okay, so this time this one is coming. Earlier it was not coming. So earlier 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 is now displaying. Fine. So this is how you can display the address, but the thing is that this should be dynamically populated, right? This address number should be dynamically populated. We are not going to hard code it over here. So some functional understanding we should have. What kind of functional understanding we should have, right? How to fetch the dynamically the address of, how to fetch dynamically the address of a particular organization. How to fetch dynamically address of a particular organization. How to fetch. So for this, we take the help of the functional people. They will tell us the logic from where they are going to, fetch the data. In this case, I know how to fetch the data. I will just share you. But if you don't know, you don't have to bother. You just have to sit with your functional colleague and you have to understand from him. He will tell the logic to fetch the data. We are the technical person. We are not the functional. Functional related all the logic, like how the data is going to be fetched, what should be the logic, all such kind of information will be conveyed to you from the functional people. Okay, it's not your job. So generally in this case, what we are going to have that, because this table is for the invoice, right? This invoice note, we are going to prepare for the invoice. Invoice is nothing but a bill. Okay, so if you have to display some billing item, right? If you have to display some billing item like Flipkart has bought what are the materials from the Patanjali. So all those information will be there into a table called BBRK. That will be having the, that name is the BBRK, billing header table. BBRK. No, sir, wrong. I have done the type over here. BBRK actually. F7, and you can see that billing document header data, and it is having the here this billing number. Okay, that's the invoice number. I'm going to give this as an invoice number. Okay, so billing document number, I'm considering this as an invoice number. So there may be some legal difference between this billing document and invoice document, but I'm understanding this as an invoice number only. Okay, so whenever I tell that invoice number, please understand that I'm talking about the billing number. If you press F8, you will see list of all the invoice number over here, VBELN, all the billing document number, and related information is over here. Okay, all the, so let's talk about one specific billing document. I'm going to, talk about this BBELN. So what are the field it is having? What are the field it's going to contain? So billing document will contain who is selling, right? Billing document will contain who is selling and from which place, right? What happens that in any organization, if you have any organization, suppose this Patanjali is shipping to Flipkart. In that case, what happens that Patanjali is having the several places, several financial organization, because this is a big company, right? Patanjali, Amazon, such kind of big company, these are the big company, and this Patanjali can have the several, places from where it can ship its material. Okay, and all the places will be handled under one legal financial organization, right? Means because they are having from so many places they can dispatch their dispatch their object, dispatch their material. So to to manage their financials, they will be having one, they will be having uh, they will be having company code. That actually that name, the name of that legal artifact is known as the company code. Okay, this company code, this company code, this company code. So three company code. Okay, so you can have one big organization can have the multiple company code. Okay, one big organization can have a multiple company code. So this particular, okay, so this particular BBLN, this billing document has been released from which particular company code? You can go and check the company code. This technical name is Bookers. So you can go and check from which particular Bookers. You can go and check. Here you can see 1000, this Bookers. So from 1000 this will be billed. From 1000 company code the bill will be issued to the Flipkart. Okay, so this we came to know that 1000. Now I want to get I want to get the address of this 1000, right? Because from here it's going to get billed. So how to get this address of this company code? So I will go to the table of this company code. What is the table of this company code? If you remember, it's fine, or else what you can do that here you search in the VBRK table, in this billing document header data table. In the billing document header data table, you search here. Okay, Bookers. It is here. Click on this check table. Okay, click on this entry help or check, and here whatever the check table is there, that is the main table of that particular field. Here KU energy, what is the name main table for this KU energy? KNA1. So this check table is very very important. If you, it will help you a lot, this check table. So if you remember any table is fine, or else from this table only I will go and check the check table. Okay, so so many check table is there. What is the main table for this region? So main table for this region is this. Okay, a kind of main table for this KTGID is this. So main table, kind of master table. So all the bookers information will be there in T0001. Okay, double click on this T0001 and click on this content. Okay, and give that 1000 over here, 1000 company code. I want to see the complete information, right? And if you double click over here, I want to see in that this format, columnar format. Okay, it is easy over here to look into. You just keep on watching over here. You will see somewhere address number ADRNR. Okay, you will see somewhere ADRNR for this company code. All the company code information they will see over here. Okay, all the company code related information you will be able to see over here. So somewhere there will be a field called ADRNR, and that will hold here. You can see that ADRNR 121 121. Okay, this is the address number it is holding. So this company code is having the address number what? 121, right? And what is the name, what is the table for this address number? ADRC. If you don't remember ADRC, no problem, you can go and check this check table. Okay, T0001, you can go search here for the ADRNR. Search here ADRNR for this field. I want to see the complete information, address number, right? So here you will be able to see that here there is no check table. They have not given check table, so no problem. But we know that from where this that address number will come. So ADRC is the table from where that address number from where the information will come. But we don't require the ADRC at this point of time. We just require the address number, and this address number we will just pass to that particular smart form, right? And it will give you, so 121 was the number, if you remember, just I have shown you, for that particular company code 1000, the address number the address number was what, 121. Once again, go to this 1000, display it, and here also you can see that ADRNR. Here you can see that ADRNR 121, right? And you can double click over here, it will come into the columnar format, and here you have the ADRNR. So this is how you can fetch the data. So what I will do that in the program, someone will pass what in the program. What program we have written some program, driver program. So in the driver program, what we will do that, we will give a parameter, right? P underscore VBELN type BBELN, billing document number, right? So press F8, and here someone will pass the billing document number, and accordingly the invoice will be generated. Okay, someone suppose pass this billing document number, and if they will press F8, the related with that billing document number, currently it is coming from the hard coded address, right? The corresponding address and everything should be populated. Okay, so we will write the code tomorrow to fetch the data from the table. We came to know that VBRK table, so we'll put a select query on the VBRK table. Okay, another select query we will put on the T001 table, right? And from T001 table we will get the address number, and that address number we will pass from here into the smart form directly. Okay, into this smart form directly, and here this hard coded thing I will just bind with a variable. So I will define, I will click here I will click dynamic field value, and here inside the ampersand I will define one variable dynamic address ADR, and this dynamic address I will bind with the value what will come from the program. Okay, so what I will pass the value from the program, from here I will pass. Okay, from here I will pass the value. This is the function module. Through the function module I will pass the value. Of course I'll have to create some interface and all to get this value, and that value I will bind it up over here. This we will see in tomorrow class. Okay, so let's stop our session over here. We'll meet tomorrow. If you have any question, please feel free
Pankaj,
to
one more
ask.
thing, you will create as a barcode also here.
Yeah, we can create the barcode also. Yes, and that we will see how we can create with the help of character format, how we can define the barcode.
Yes.
Any other question? Okay, fine. Let's do one thing. If you have any interview question, please ask over here. I will give the answer for that. Okay. Or if you don't have, maybe we can. Yeah. If you have any question, please let me know. If you have any interview question which you want me to answer.
Yes, Pankaj. In S4HANA system, some function models are not valid. But means in ECC system, that function model is valid. And that time, what we do? They are asking question. I told him, but I will copy the code and I will execute that code into our S4HANA system. I will not call the function model, that function model.
Okay. In S4 system, some function module is not valid.
Yes, there are expired the date time. After 1 year,
Okay.
after 2 years. In 86, we find out that errors.
Can you tell me, sir? I didn't come across such kind of, things that some function module is not valid or some. See, even table is also valid. Though the table design has been changed completely, but table is also valid. Mara, Marcy, all the table is also valid. Okay.
But in my previous project, I found so many this type of function models. I call some 2-3 function models became the errors. It is not in 86 there comes a red.
Yeah, so just I want
I
to know
found
what
out that
kind of, because
why.
so because in S4 HANA system also all the function module which was there in the ACC is there, all, because if it will not be there, it will give the error. It will give the error and it will
EC
be a big
system
problem. Uh,
in EC system is okay, but in S4HANA
mm,
system after sometimes it is 2-3 years after it is expired. No, that's why the function models are came in
mhm.
priority one issue in ATC checks. Once you will
Okay.
clear the all ATC checks,
Uh-huh.
by the time it will
Mhm.
activate it. Otherwise, it is not activated. No.
No, see, ATC check, like ATC check, if error is there, then it will stop you to activate. If error is not there, you can activate. You can ignore the warning message. You can ignore the error message. If error message is there, then in that case, that is the high severity, means a high priority issue inside the in ATC also. All kind of error is not going to stop you to activate. Okay. After activation also, if you check into the ATC, there it will give you, there it will come in the red mark after activation also. So the error is means the high priority one. Error means high priority one. It is not like you will not be able to activate or you will not able to work. ATC is ABAP test cockpit, and that is for the best programming practices. If you have any problem, it will not allow you to activate. For example, /n SC38, if you go, or you just tell me some, if you just give me some function module example, I will show you, because I have not come across this kind of requirement where function module is giving me some problem. Okay, so I will check that one. If you go here and if I'm checking this ABAP test cockpit, this program is activated. Okay, this program is the chosen checks without any finding, so there is no finding over here. Okay, but this if you choose some.
Pankaj, one thing, in a smartphone, how to send mail and PDF? Can you please explain that?
In S4 HANA, how to send the email and PDF, right?
Yes, in smartphone.
In a smart form, how to send the mail and PDF. That is the configuration, Shivana. That is, if
Program
you
also we
want to,
can send.
yeah, from
I
custom also we can send. That is true. We can do that one. I will show you how to do that. We are
yeah,
having the class to send the mail. Uh, uh, we just have to pass the data into the XML format and we'll be able to see the, just we'll have to
yes,
prepare the internal table and we'll be able to, we have to pass that internal table and automatically system will take care of everything. So
yes,
we
yes.
should know how to use the method. I will show that one. It's a, also you can get this particular things from the internet also. Okay, so if you want, I will show you. Just a second. Maybe RK is not defined.
I tried for a other firm server. Nobody is, means everyone is asking 5,000 for 6,000
For what?
for a other firm server.
Adobe server, I have got it. I did myself itself. I'll just show you. Yeah. So actually what you have to do, you have to install the Adobe lifecycle into your local system and it will work.
In
So
my
I just
right now I have office system. I can do practice, but I mean
yeah,
for
in the office system,
I
in
ask.
your local system also, sure, what you can do that, for example, this is my form, and now if I create this one, so day before yesterday only I did it and it is working fine. Okay, so I installed locally the ADLC. I will send you the link if you want to download that software. Okay,
Okay.
and here just you have to install that one. So I got that. So Adobe form we are having now. We will be looking into the detail about the Adobe form.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so here you can see that it will open now, and
Yeah.
it will take some time. So it takes generally some time, but it will open. Yeah, it is asking some, it is talking about some pop-up. Let me check what is a pop-up. Yeah, this switch to actually it is asking, and I'll have to click on the switch to, then it will come. So generally we have to, like in office system also, say it's opening, right? I can see that.
Good.
So we can practice the Adobe form. What I know in the Adobe form, I will share with you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So
If you
this
put
is what. So
Pankaj,
yeah, tell me.
as per my experience, if you put in the added forms in the your resume, it will come so many calls. Otherwise, it is not come right now in S4 systems. No, they are asking S4 systems. Both are people asking. You have experience on added forms, added forms, added forms.
Yeah, we will see this Adobe form. Means
Yes.
I'm not expert in Adobe form, but what I know, at least the basic and advanced level, I don't know Adobe form. But this basic and intermediate stuff means you will be able to work efficiently in the Adobe form. You know, Adobe form, the JavaScript and all I know. Such kind of like how to use that dynamically. If for interactive Adobe form also I have worked. Okay, but there are so many things in the Adobe form. Okay, so we'll understand the things, the frequently used things, and if you know the frequently used the basic things, the remaining things you can explore yourself. Okay, so the JavaScript will be talking about, the designing part will be talking about in the Adobe form. Okay, so these are the two. Generally people get stuck with the JavaScript, and this I have worked on this, so I know this one. I will be sharing this information. Okay.
Okay, okay, Pankaj. Mainly binding and debugging is most important in the added forms. Designing
Yeah,
also
that is
important.
the, yeah, so debugging and all is very easy in Adobe form. Generally where I see the people get stuck, and even I myself also get the stuck, like if some JavaScript code is there and which is dynamically populating, so debugging, if you see in the Adobe form, you have the interface, right? How to find the function module,
Yes.
this also, with the help of fv underscore function underscore module underscore name, you can put the dynamic breakpoint over there and it will stop, or
Yes.
or yeah, or you can put the dynamic breakpoint on the job underscore open, right? And it will just stop over there and you will be able to find out. So these are the dynamic breakpoint is a very important tool. It's a very good tool, the dynamic breakpoint. If you have any, I'm very good in debugging because I have been working in this support project for some 2 or 3 years, and here lot of complex issue comes. Even I have been debugging till 10 days, 12 days, up to 20 days, same issue. So see, many things will come with the experience. So because I have debugged a lot, so you can ask any kind of question in the debugging. I will be able to help you. If you get some personal issue also, you can ask to me, and there I will be help you, because in debugging I find myself I am very good in debugging. Okay, and other people also, some some other people in my project, some friend also come to me. I also go to them, but they also come to me because they know that Pankaj is good in debugging. So that's what, in debugging you can ask any kind of question. That's what I'm trying to tell. Okay, debugging is easy for this Adobe form, a smart form. I will tell you some all the tips and tricks what I know. Those are the mainly used tips and tricks in the debugging. With the help of that, you can debug any kind of code. Just you should have the patience. That is the only things. Main thing is that the patience. If you have the patience, whatever you know, with the help of that, you can be an efficient debugger.
Okay, Pankaj.
Okay, any question related with interview question?
No questions, sir. One more thing they are asking in the class, I have one attribute. I declared one attribute as WebLN is equal to 123. I pass that value. But how can we call that attribute into the in any place in our program, driver program? I tell him you will call to the class name m plus to that variable name, attribute name.
A static variable.
Yes. No, no, not a static variable. They are declared one variable directly. Not a
In
variable, it is
class.
the attribute.
Yeah, so that
Attribute level.
attribute, yeah, so that attribute is a static attribute or instance attribute.
They are not did not ask that question.
No, so if that is the instance attribute, then you can create the object of that class and then you can call, right? If
Yes.
that is a static attribute, you can call with the help of object, or you can directly call with the help of class. So by both way it is possible if that is the static attribute. In case of instance attribute, you will be able to access with the help of object only. Okay, so it depends like
Okay.
what kind of attribute is there, if it is the instance or if it is the static. And again, that should be public, right? If it is not the public, then you will not be able to access in your program. So it must be
Okay.
public. Okay.
Okay. In oops class, I will ask that question. I have
No
some
problem.
doubt.
Okay. No problem. We can discuss it over here. Let me stop the recording. Just a second. We can discuss it. I have time.